Welcome to the Roundtable. This is episode 76, and we are back with you guys. It's been a minute. It's not our normal Tuesday, but we had to check in with you guys and see how you're doing. So we are with you on a Thursday. I'm going to say what's up, Big Stomps. We've got some people in the house already. Okay, we are live. We got Firme Radio right there. He's going to be coming in right now. Spanx, good to see you as always. Thank you, thank you. Let me bring in the crew so we can catch up. And there she is right there, our blonde bombshell. We have Mr. Firme Radio coming in. Hello, looking good.
Buenos dias. How you doing, Jen? Buenas noches, I should say, right?
Buenas noches. Good to see you. I'm so glad we're like.
You too. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, Jen, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Life first, family first.
Right.
Man.
Life happens, and we have our biggest Cowboys fan, our blonde bombshell. Here she comes.
Boo, boo.
I love the tree in the background too. It's so pretty.
Thank you.
Let's give it up for them Steelers. Woo-hoo.
Go Steelers.
Yeah, and now we gotta bring in our mystery man. Here he is. Let's see what he's up to this week.
Little Spanx.
There we go.
I was coming in hot.
Good to see everybody. Hey, shout out to Spanx, man.
Yes.
Good to see everybody, guys. How's everything?
Oh my God.
Good. Everything's going good.
That's so funny.
Good to see everyone. So it's raining and pouring right here in Salinas, you guys. How is it where you're at?
All right.
Not here. It's clear. It's cloudy. But it's cold. It's cold. Yeah.
All right. Ed, how about you?
Me over here, it's just cold. It hasn't been raining over here.
Okay. In North Salinas, it's raining. Just started though.
Hey Jen, were you close to when that earthquake hit up there up north?
Denise had texted me right when that happened, and that was more north than me even. So I didn't feel it.
That was almost in Oregon, right? In Oregon, almost that. I said, man, that's way up north. I was like, we're not there. We're in the Central Coast, guys, right in the middle. No, not for. I'm just.
It's the ocean, right? Inside, they thought there was going to be a tsunami.
Yeah.
We did get that going Texas.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of earthquakes and things happening around here, so that's wild.
Thank you, Tashanka.
Oh, Andrew, good to see you. Thank you. We're going to be catching up, guys, and some topics. Wow, thank you, Tashanka. Love and respects to all. Hope all of you have a blessed holiday, an evening, and blessed New Year. Thank you, Tashanka. It's so good to see you, and thank you for the gift. Give our love to Amy and the fam. We appreciate you.
Nice.
Yeah, that was nice. You felt the shake, Cultura? Was it rocking and rolling or what? Tell us about it.
Rocking and rolling?
It's kind of scary though, because that tsunami warning that came in, my little one's school sent out, like, the automated texts or calls in school.
Oh, yeah.
They have to send it out, right? Because they get notified, and it just said, like, we received the warning, but we want to let you know your child is safe. We're not in any harm's way. We're taking all precautions. So, we did get notified down this way, even though we didn't feel anything.
The good thing was, I think, horizontal, the earthquake. So that's why we didn't get no tsunami, which is a good thing,
Yeah.
Yeah, but trip out on this. The night before that earthquake happened, just recently, and the tsunami warning, tell me why I watched on Netflix the tsunami documentary the night.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Remember that big one that happened in Asia? I watched
Indonesia, yeah.
It was like on their top 10, how they have the top 10 Netflix of the week. Mm-hmm. I had watched it the night before, so I was like, oh man, that's no good.
I watched it. It's kind of crazy, huh? I seen that one.
No,
yeah.
That's
it was a long time
the day before I was sitting here and I heard a boom and the house shook. And I'm like, what was that? I was looking around, man, because it shook pretty bad. It must have been a plane, a sonic boom or something, I don't know, because I didn't see nothing, but it was pretty loud.
That's crazy. Right? Approach was a little intimidating. You're scaring. Yeah.
Hey, that guy kind of resembles me if I had an Edgar, right?
Hey, but you know what? That Avatar, yeah, that's a mix between you and I right now, bro. On that Avatar, that's like my face with your brocha right there. Somebody else's haircut to mess up my haircut.
Oh man.
Trying to figure out who it is. That's funny.
Who is that?
I know. Can you tell?
It kind of looks like a Chapo.
Okay.
Who is that?
Chapo in the chat.
I know he takes faces and puts them together.
I know.
I'm thinking Icon, or what's his name, Icon?
Yeah.
No, it looks like Chapo.
I don't know.
Do you guys know who Chapo is on the chat?
I've seen.
Yeah.
But I've never. I don't think that I've seen his picture. Eddie, nice to have you.
Oh, yes, you need to just Eddie.
All right, well, let's just get into it. How have you been the last couple weeks?
I've been good. You know, it's like since Thanksgiving. You know, went to my family's house, spent some time out there, played some pool, enjoyed it. You know, enjoyed the day with traveling. Came back, had fun. Just been doing good things. And then the next day, we cooked a big meal in the morning and took it to the homeless. You know, and gave them their stuff and continuing doing that. And we're just doing more. You know, it's a trip, but it's going good. You know, it's going good. And other than that, just keeping busy. You know, working around the house with the dogs. You know, and my grandkids. You know, that's about it. You know.
That's a good life, though.
Yeah.
I like that.
It does give me peace, you know. It's what gives me peace. Go to Bible studies on Wednesdays, you know.
Yeah, it definitely does. I've seen a couple of the pictures you posted, like prepping the meals, and really.
Oh yeah. That morning we were getting it all together. It was good.
Yep, serving the people. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, we didn't remember. I mentioned we started another one in Norwalk now.
That's right.
Good.
Yeah.
That's right.
What did Hal say that was? Who did you say that was, Elsa?
What's that?
He said you're close.
I'm close.
What'd you say?
Icon? I think it's Icon.
Oh,
Cholo Juan?
Is it No, not Cholo Juan. Let's see.
Well, no, that's what Spank said when I was Cholo Juan. I was like, what the heck? No, that's not. No, that's not.
Oh, you know what it looks like too? Sonny's old sidekick. What was his name?
No.
Love Machine.
Not Sonny, because the eyebrows.
No. His sidekick.
With a few people, or what?
Do you remember him?
Who?
Just
Machine.
No.
Oh, yeah. I remember. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Okay.
Saludos, Andrew.
Yes, saludos, everyone. Good to see you guys. Well, let's see. We'll just go down around. Fred, what have you been up to the last couple weeks?
You know what? It's been good. It's been busy. It's been pretty good. Really, just Thanksgiving was good. Thanksgiving was really good. What else? I got to catch up on Cobra Kai. What's up, Mr. Goyle? Good to see you. I caught up on Cobra Kai, the series.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? There's only 5 episodes, so I binge watch those things. You know, I mean, as much as I can, anyways. You know, but that and I know there was more stuff that went on, guys. But just a lot of good stuff. Well, I did a live yesterday with Cholo Trucker as well on the Mas Movies and Shows.
All right.
It's been good. It's been good. Oh, there's some other things going on that I got that are good. I'm working on some other things here, and it's good. It's going good.
That's good.
It's really good. But it's been great. Everything's been great. We're just moving things along, you know, just keeping things moving.
Glad to hear it. That's what's up. And how about you, sis? How is everything in your house? What have you been up to?
Everything is good. Had my mom over for Thanksgiving. My mom's walking. She's 81, right? She's walking with her little walker, and she goes, "I'm not coming no more. I'm not coming out no more." I was like, "What?" She goes, "It's too cold." I go, "I know, Ma. I'm going to her house for Christmas." So
it's cold. Yeah, the weather's changing.
So not much. I haven't been doing up much. Just doing the same thing.
Yeah. You've been watching the game?
Watching the game. We watched the game. When was the last game? Thursday? Yeah.
Did you lose or win last time? I was watching the game.
We won.
You won?
It was close.
You
it was
barely
like
won,
5.
huh?
Yeah. Other than that, my husband's had a different schedule, so kind of working off of his schedule, you know. Everything's early, so it's an hour early, gets home an hour earlier. So yeah. Not much in my boring life.
That's kind of how it is.
Hey, I find that hard to believe. You're always busy, Denise. Come on.
There's always something to do. There's always something to do. I'm not boring, but
that's a good thing though. It's a peaceful life, you know. That's the important thing. People sometimes think, "Oh, that's boring," but it's a peaceful, you know. Enjoy your peace and find yourself, you know.
I can't do that, Fred. I can't.
No.
I'm used to having a big family. Well, I know only have 3 girls, but I come from a family of 8, and 8 is multiplied by, you know, their kids and their kids. So crazy family, and you know, I miss the loudness. I'm over here yelling by myself.
Oh, yeah. I don't miss the yelling. I don't miss the yelling about that.
Yeah, kids grow up and they're still around. My girls are still around.
You much love. Like it. You like having a big family, right, Denise?
Yeah, heck yeah. I'm used to it. My husband's there's only 2 of his, you know, siblings, but shoot, I have a big family. And even when I cook for, I don't know why I still do that to this day. Like,
wow.
Wait a minute, you won't cook for Melvin, but you cook for your family? What's going on there, Jim?
No, they walk in. When I don't make enough, that's when they walk in and they're all home. Right? Just like, damn, you should have done it yesterday. I cooked the big old meal yesterday, but yeah, it's those times where, you know, they don't show up and there's so much food left.
Yes, it happens sometimes, right?
Yeah,
it does. That's right. We I think we all sort of do that. Like we kind of base our lives on whatever's going on within our family unit at the time. You know what I mean? Whether it be the kids, husbands, wives, cousins, grandmas, whatever. You know, that's kind of how it is for me too. And life is kind of just revolving around, you know, what's going on with my stepfather and helping take care of him and my mom. So that's really like the trying to balance that, and then my kids at the same time is it's a lot. I'm still trying to find my I don't know, find myself in a space where I feel,
you know, whatever you're doing right now, take the time to just rest, and it's okay to rest, you know, for yourself. Take the time, take an hour, whatever it may be. Take the time to take care of yourself as well.
Yeah.
You know, I know you got to do what you got to do, but sometimes you just take a little bit of time for yourself too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's it can be overwhelming. You know, I mean, it can take a lot.
That's important. You know, and it's nothing wrong with it either. You know, there's nothing wrong with it.
Exactly.
Yeah, Goyo said he had a wonderful Thanksgiving with his children and their girlfriends and boyfriends. Wow. Granddaughter, beautiful wife, dogs. I got to say I'm very thankful and grateful for everything. That's what's up.
You know, at every holiday thing, there always got to be a Bob around, huh? What is it? You know, the Bobs, right? The one that always acts up at an event or something. Bob. The guy from what's that one movie?
What is it? Cousin Eddie? Cousin Eddie.
Yeah.
Right? Definitely. Well, you know, I have to say that I'm grateful that my stepfather was able to see his daughter. She came to see him, and it's been a long time. So she was able to see him, so that meant a lot to him. That was nice. So,
that's good. That's good.
Yeah, no, that's a good thing.
And now I'm prepping for winter break. The little one, tomorrow's I think her last day, winter break. And then when they go back from winter break, I don't know how I'm going to manage that, you guys, because it's science camp. She's in 6th grade. And I have never, ever even allowed her a sleepover. So I'm already in panic mode, thinking, how am I going to like function without having her with me overnight for 3 nights? That's crazy. Wow. I don't know. Yeah, the background does look good, huh, Margaret?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's always fun. Oh, wait, no, this one over here. This one.
Yeah, I like that. But also, I got some shopping done this week, so that's some progress because really falling behind with that. So just a little more to go. But how about you guys? Are you guys shopping for Christmas or doing gifts this year?
Amazon.
Yeah. That's my go-to right there.
Yeah.
We pick names. We have the girls, me and their guys. We all pick names every year. So I got an interesting one this year.
Oh, okay. You guys, do you say who you pick, or do you just surprise each other?
No, we surprised each other that Christmas Eve morning.
I like that. Okay. Well, you said picking names. Why don't we go ahead and do that now? We were recommended, wasn't it from Cultura?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Cultura Cafe brought it up. Yeah.
Out to Cultura Cafe. So we are going to pick names amongst ourselves here and send each other. It could be anything, little greeting card. It could be a singing little person in a thong.
I'll remember that, Jen. Hey Fred, how much you charge, Fred?
Imagine. Oh, I only say that because that actually happened to my brother once. One of his friends sent a little person in a thong on Valentine's, and it did not end well. He didn't think. Don't recommend that to a guy, because especially if it's a little dude. Wasn't I thought it was funny, but that was just me. All right, so I just wrote the names down while we were sitting here, and I was trying to get the stream going. Put them in a hat, and I guess I'll just reach in there, right? That's how we should do it.
Okay, who are you picking for first?
Okay, how should we do it? Should we go in order?
It does not matter.
Ladies first.
Yeah, ladies first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're picking one for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Jen's first.
Wait, how are you gonna do that?
What do you mean? How am I gonna do it? Now I'm confused.
We're gonna say who we got.
Yeah, we have to say who we got.
Well, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And
we can come back on and show whatever we received. Okay.
Cool.
Let me see. So I'm picking for you right now, Denise, and then I'll pick for myself. And we'll do house. Okay, hopefully the names go right.
All right.
And I picked myself, so because I got you. You got me.
Huh?
Oh yeah. So you got
Leave it out. I got you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Oh, I guess that killed the suspense, right?
That's it.
What the heck, mate?
Okay, so I'm picking for myself right now. Let me see who I got. I got Fred.
Oh, wow.
That Fred.
Okay. Wow.
That should be interesting.
Let's see how Fred. Yeah, Fred.
I'm very, so it's like.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Think of
who are you picking for?
House. Let me see.
Okay.
Picking for house?
I gotta put that back. Can't get yourself.
I
mean, I can pick 2 other, right?
The one's out, right?
So house, you got Denise.
Denise. She's easy.
Yeah.
They got that Cowboys poster of 2 guys in the in the background right there on the horse.
Hey, it kind of works out there, right? It kind of works out there.
So that's for recommending. We picked our names, and we will be back on an episode in a week or 2, depending on when the items arrive, and we'll reveal.
So what are we doing? We're sending them the In the
I'm
mail.
gonna send mine through the mail probably, but I mean, technically,
Yeah, just shoot me your address and I'll send you, man. Send it
Yeah,
to
yeah. It's usually,
that works
usually,
out.
and hopefully they get on time though with the holidays, man.
I
It's like,
know.
you know,
Better get
Are
on
we
it,
gonna
huh?
open them on live?
That would be fun. We could do that.
yeah, yeah.
So then, Fred, you got me then, because that's what the last one that was left, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll
So I
send
got
you my
you.
list, bro. I'll send
So I
you my
got
list.
you. I got. Who do I got?
You got
Wait,
help.
Huh? I got house.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Okay, cool.
Send
Oh,
you
we'll
my
have to
list.
connect, bro. We'll have to connect, and then that way I get your
Hey, no
address.
thongs, bro. No thongs, carnal.
Hey, hey, you know what you were saying about the, how much I charge? Hey, this Christmas is free this time, bro. I'm just open the door.
I haven't done a good prank gift in a long time, and now that I know we're going to open them on air, I'm so tempted, Fred.
Like, where's Fred at? Oh, they come out from the back over from the East Side Story back there.
I know. That'll be good. It's going to be fun. Yes, thank you for recommending.
Yeah, thank you. It was cool, man.
We appreciate you. Well, let's jump into some of the topics, and I guess we can start out with a little, something that sort of came to light recently that's in the news, that's trending, and I think you had even mentioned that sort of this is something that's going to happen, right, Fred? In the music industry, it was going to just start going down like dominoes.
Yeah. Good old Jay-Z got caught up in that. But you know what, guys? I mean, I there's a lot of clickbait. It's hard to tell what's real anymore because it's kind of running all over the place. But one thing for sure that I noticed in that situation is he's standing his ground, pretty much like no, no, I didn't do it, and yada yada yada. Then lawyers have come forward. I guess the lawyer he got is the same lawyer that got Alec Baldwin off. On the thing. So the lawyer, man, I saw him and he was saying some stuff like you're not gonna do nothing. Basically he's saying it, but I also tend to think that that's how it started off with Diddy as well, and then all of a sudden it just comes in, I mean, it's not weird. I mean, I'm just saying because of how it goes, not because I'm wishful thinking about it, but I think that that the feds know what they're doing, and they're gonna start off slow, and then they're just gonna come in with with no mercy at the end of it all. Because right now he's kind of like Diddy at first, like, oh, I'm innocent and saying all this stuff, and I think it's not gonna end well as well. And
yeah, they're requesting that she shows her who she is, reveals her identity, right?
Yeah. And then he went to the what is it, the Lion King live action thing. He went with his daughter and his wife. And
I think there's a live action story of Mufasa, the character Mufasa, how he came to be the great king or something. And I think the daughter, her voice or something, had a role in it.
Yeah.
So, they showed up.
Yeah.
The statement he gave was very, I mean, that's funny to say, but a strongly worded letter, he pretty much came out like, bring it. He was not really
I seen that letter.
Well, they're saying that it was actually from the lawyer. It's actually from the lawyer that's saying that he won't give him one red penny,
Yeah. Hey, I think I heard that too. So Jola Tucker says, I thought I heard LeBron James might be in hot water.
Yeah, because he said there's no party like the Diddy party, and so now they're questioning that part. And obviously he attended some parties. So yeah, he's in some hot water as well now too. They're gonna come after them, and we've stated this on here before as well. And then another, all over the place, everybody's been saying that Diddy's gonna talk. He's gonna talk. When he starts facing more and more stuff.
He's not gonna, how much time he's gonna get? He's gonna just start singing.
Yeah, he's gonna talk.
Even Ellen DeGeneres may be under the scope, huh?
Years. It's crazy that I've been hearing her name kicked around.
They've been saying a lot of names too, though. Like there's a lot of other names that they said that the everybody's gonna be surprised with the names that come up.
I'm pretty sure most of you guys know the allegations, but if you don't, or if you're catching the playback and you want to know, what's being alleged is that a underage girl was R-worded by allegedly P. Diddy
and Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. They said a female was in the room as well, and that she would eventually be named in this lawsuit. So
there was a female watching, wasn't? Yeah. You're right.
You know, do you guys have any idea who it might be?
J-Lo?
What I was thinking, timeline-wise, it lines up to where it would have possibly been her, allegedly.
I'm thinking Mary J. Blige.
Really?
That's surprised. But they did say people are going to be surprised. So, See, so when you see my name, they're going to be, who's that? No, that's a surprise. No.
So let us see your name on there, Fred.
Who's that? That's a surprise. Who's that guy? No, but you know what? No, I'm thinking Mary J. Blige, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, Madonna.
But in reality, Jen, you guys, who did he not have there? At his parties.
People though.
That's how you get people to keep their mouth shut, right? You bring them all in. You get everyone. It seems like is what he did, and he saved those little pieces of dirt, just like Epstein.
It's all over again.
Like a while back, I was saying that he had so many people there. How was it to be quiet about it? There were so many people there.
Yeah.
People are good at hiding their dirty little secrets when it's something they're guilty of enjoying. It's just like any like dirty little secret within families or anything. It's sometimes generations. Sometimes they never come out.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Even Jamie Foxx is his Netflix special. He's saying that Diddy was to blame for that
his illness,
allegedly stroke. That he had.
So he really is saying that.
Oh yeah, no, he said it straight up. Like he said it. I think. Well, I saw a little bit. He said it as a joke, but that they say that that's what it is. Well, because like we stated on here before with Heavy D and Kim Porter and all these other people that passed away. Al B. Sure was another one.
That's
that
right.
with the stroke and everything, and then so did Jamie Foxx, and those people were all exposing Diddy early on. So if that comes to light for that, he's not. If he right now, right now it's alleged, but if he gets convicted of that, or they even find anything in the bloodstream or whatever, even the guy that did the autopsy for Kim Porter too, they're going after them too because they want to know what's going on. So
Little Kim
Evans or Little Kim.
But I mean, Little Kim kind of she messed herself up, man. She was nice the way she was. She's just really like.
I know she did a lot. What about Madonna? Have you guys seen Madonna lately?
Yeah.
Crazy to me to think. Yeah. I mean, no bullying or body shaming, but it's kind of wild to me to imagine a woman in her 60s getting butt implants.
Wow.
Yeah.
Go home. She went there.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Vanity, huh?
Yeah. You know what? Gasman said Beyonce, but to the timeline, Beyonce was around during that time.
Yeah.
When did they say it was?
I forget the year, but I just remember people saying that they didn't think
it was early on.
I don't think it's Beyonce.
I don't think Beyonce.
Were they saying 2003 or 2000?
Beyonce's barely missed that.
Yeah, but you know what? She knows. she knows a lot more stuff too. You know what? In that one picture they took of them in the when they went to that premiere, whatever, you can see the look on their face. It's not, it's just, they're kind of like just forcing that smile or whatever. It's devastating to them. I mean, think about it. Even when they have that much money, they think they can fight it off, but it's not gonna just go away. I think this is just a start. There's gonna come down like an avalanche to them. Like, unfortunately, And then again, there's more people that comes in. There's still DJ Khaled, Rick Ross.
Hey, do you think they get these good lawyers? They tie up the court system where they get tired and they say, "Okay, we're just gonna come up with something," some kind of deal or something.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's how the attorneys work, huh?
Yeah.
I've always heard. I mean, I know it's not all of them, but I've always heard that attorneys are the best liars there are.
Well, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Good talkers.
Yeah.
I mean?
Drunken chef.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting. I mean, God willing, it will. The young lady who is making the accusations obviously is an adult now, so they will have to eventually name who she is because they will get to cross-examine her.
Well, she said, you know what, but not on the defense of them, but here's the point of that. 13 years old, where was her mom? Where was her dad? For her to be even dressed up going to, I guess she was wearing a dress. If you're walking out the door wearing a dress, 13 years old, and you're not home, like, whatever, before it gets dark, come on now, like, well, it kind of, play devil's advocate here, it doesn't make any sense,
It doesn't, but you know what? I can remember a lot of girls back in school would come to school dressed one way and go in the restroom, their backpack, change, and look a whole
it happens. You know what? And the other thing too, though, that I will say, it's not the whole just blame the parents or whatnot.
Yeah.
But during that time, and because of Aaliyah and all these other artists and a lot of people that it happened, a lot of the parents were like, "Oh, it's so and so," and they were adamant to just let them go with these celebrities at the time, and they thought it was cool, and it turned out to be a whole other situation,
Look, Keith Sweat, he had all those, was it Keith Sweat?
No.
Young ladies too?
No, R. Kelly.
R. Kelly, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, Keith Sweat so far is out of that, He's such a good dude, I think, he's what is he like? He's pushing what, like he's 60 something or 70 something or
he's
still young. He's still young.
Yeah, no, but for an R&B singer, man, I'm like, dang, he's up there, man, but he still knocks it out, man. He's one of the best, or the best, I dare say, I mean, every album he knocks it out.
Yes, I love his music.
Yeah, I have all his albums too. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, please don't his name be in something, right?
No, yeah. So you said, what they said Vanity, or was it Vanity? They said Vanity's. She passed away, right? Yeah, she passed away.
Oh, really?
She passed away from Prince, the Revolution, and all that. She was part of the. Yeah, she passed away. She was in the movie. What was it? The Last Dragon. The Last Dragon. She was in the movie The Last Dragon in the 80s.
When did she pass away? Like 5 years ago?
Huh?
Was it 5 years ago she passed, or was it longer?
Something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Some of their lifestyles really put a toll on them, man. Because I see some people dying young, real young, 43. Like who? Elvis Presley. He was like 43 when he passed away.
Yeah, 43, 42.
You mentioned that because Vanity, or Cortura mentioned Vanity. I was just watching that sex shooter video.
Mm.
And the way they were dressed for the 80s, like back then, it was like, oh my gosh, they're not wearing nothing but like,
Yeah.
And to us, it was like, wow, back then, but shoot.
Yeah. And you know what? You guys are right too. Who knows if she snuck out of the house? Because it says that the girl was invited to the MTV Awards or something like that by a limo driver.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, they said that she went there, attempted to get in, was turned away because it's, impossible almost to get in without having a invitation, a ticket, something. But that she talked to a limo driver, and supposedly the limo driver was like, "Hey, I know someone who's into young girls, and you can come to the after party."
Oh wow.
Yeah. You know what, Cultura? I will look. I haven't done my research on that yet, but we'll look into that and next week touch on it because I'm aware of that case, but I want to look up a little more.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Tony, Pastor.
Oh yeah, he's in there.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Entertainment.
Oh, that Penny Child.
Shut up. Hey, MC Shadow, man. Hey,
Yes.
Shout out to you, man.
Hold it.
Definitely.
Hey, what do you guys think about drones that are flying over, New York?
Me personally, I think they're taking it too lightly because they're acting like they don't know. Well, just the FBI's checking on it or this and that. No, you better be up on it,
15 a night, and guess what?
Never.
Their SUV, like that big.
This is the first time hearing about it. Catch me up on it.
Unless it's something the government is doing, and they're just being a little hush hush about it.
Yeah, they're saying they don't know, but these drones are seen flying over New York. I believe it's New York, right? At night,
different places,
up to 17 drones a night. And
if I was president, I'd check it out like that, just like the balloons from China.
Yeah,
as soon as bam, hit it.
Yeah. They don't know who's flying them. All of a sudden, they don't know who's flying them. It's like, come on, they know they know.
Yeah, I watched the Pentagon and what they talk about and stuff like that, and they're just playing it off like really it's nothing,
like dumbfounded. Huh.
Why does they do that? Because isn't the airspace federal? That's a federal offense, right?
Yeah, and they were invading airspace, and they were going by military installations as well.
Yeah.
But they're flying the drones, right? Because there's only fly zones for drones. Even over here, you can't fly the drones in certain places. Like
true.
Like that. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
We're not talking about a little drone. These things are like SUV, like big.
No, yeah, I'm sure they are. It's just.
They're also saying that they might carry gases, some type of lethal, like gases that they can just
be releasing it over that.
Yeah.
I think they should find out immediately, personally, once they see that,
They know, dude. They have to know.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, though. I mean, they do stuff and get away with it, I guess, if you want to say it like that. But, they're not going to let anybody else get away with stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure they do know, but they're not going to tell us everything they know. That's true. Yeah. That's a good one, Cultura. Let's see. Do you guys have a favorite Thanksgiving memory that you can think of?
I don't know.
I remember one that was kind of funny. I had this one uncle. He was always kind of cuckoo, and I don't know why they would have asked him to bring the turkey because he had pet crows in the house. This guy was local, right? R.I.P. But he asked him to bring the turkey, and it looked like this turkey was probably not very well fed. He was kind of skinny when they got oil, and we just started cutting it, and everyone started eating, and then finally somebody said I cracked my tooth.
What?
And I'm looking around, what did you crack your tooth on? And he spits out like a little BB. And, and my uncle was like, "Oh, my bad. I didn't get all the shots out. I got that one in my backyard." He shot the turkey.
Oh,
Yes, with what, buckshot or like
birdshot?
Birdshot, and cooked it, cleaned it, brought it for Thanksgiving, and there were still pellets.
No.
Yeah, and somebody broke a molar tooth. Yeah.
I have a good memory with my first wife's family. Pancho, he was Theo Pancho, right, on her side, and he brought moonshine. So we were just drinking all night long, and he was drinking moonshine. So we're having a good time enjoying it because they used to have good times dancing and everything. So they put on the music, and it's Spanish music, right? Yeah. So he said, let's go. And he walks into it was like a hallway, and you go down this one, and it opens up, and there's a big room where they have the Christmas tree and everything, right? So we went there, and what happens? He knocked it over. He was so drunk, man. He knocked it. We're laughing. He started dancing for a little bit, and then he just went boom, fell right into it. I'm like, damn. He was a good guy, man. I mean, we used to many memories with that guy. He used to always get me drunk. I mean, I remember everything, but he'd bring out everything, tequila, everything, man.
Oh wow!
Wow. Wow. No, yeah. I went to one time when I won't say who or what it was, but they I don't know if they I think they cut the turkey to where it was open, it was pretty much all flat. And when they didn't serve it on the table, you can go get it. I looked at it and I was like, what the heck? Like, it was like flat, and then instantly my mind, because I'm always watching movies and stuff. It reminded me. I thought it was it looked like a face hugger from Alien. I thought it was just gonna get it. But that's as far as I'll say right there. It was just kind of weird to see, like, what the heck, like, yeah, it just kind of reminded me of a face hugger. I was like, man, but that's it. That's really it.
That is funny.
I won't say no more.
It's been a minute. It's good to see you. He says, someone gave us a turkey when I was young. My mom made it into mole. That's good. We use turkey for our tamales in Christmas time. And then my brother brought us Domino's. Hey, there you go. A little combo dinner, right? I don't know. I heard Domino's is stepping up their game. My kids were talking about it the other day, how good they are now, and I haven't had it for a while, so I'm gonna have to spin the block.
Shout out to them. Shout out to the Spank and everybody else. That I saw the video they had. It was super nice to see all that. Like, was it Spank? Yeah, it was Spanks, right? Big Spanks.
Yeah, Spanks.
Yeah, it's a nice little get together. I mean, not little. It was a huge get together. The family, it was really nice.
Blessing. It is nice to see that as well. Like,
and that's what Thanksgiving should be like, man. When we get together with family and stuff like that, it's a blessing,
Yeah, it was really nice, man. When I saw that, I was like, wow, that's and a real good speech, that they had put up. I was like, wow, that says a lot, that says a lot. And that's one thing, that I think during the year, it made me think, because it's like, a lot of people, and I'm not just singling them out. A lot of people, we say those things in those moments or whatever, but it's something that we should carry on throughout the whole year, because we never know, unfortunately,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I remember one Thanksgiving I cooked for my kids, right? And I cooked everything from pozole to ham and turkey and everything, right? But I made a mess because I never made pozole. I went to the store, asked this one Mexican girl, hey, I want to make some pozole. Can you help me get the ingredients? Bam, she took me, got everything. Nice. And I said, okay. So then I looked it up and I went little by little, the blender, everything, the chilies, draining it, everything. And I did it, but I made a mess. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I cleaned it up, man. But the kids enjoyed it, man.
That's what matters. You know what I mean? And you went out of your way to make sure that it happened. So that's a good dad right there.
This year I got to sit around and enjoy the food because they were cooking, but had a big feast, lots of food, and it was good. We had a good time.
Good. That's good.
I like Margaret said, my uncle was always in charge of the turkey, and he got drunk and forgot about it.
Oh.
Drunk Turkey after that. We always called him Drunk Turkey.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Aw.
That's a good, right?
yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
definitely.
that sounds good to me.
Pozole,
So-
yeah. Why not?
Hey, tamales, everything, even Christmas time también, you know?
Well,
Yeah.
New
well, you
Year's.
know what? The thing is that everybody, it's tradition to have turkey, you know, but it's really just
Yeah.
a meal, you know, a big meal. And you know, and in reality, there's one thing, you know, I think it's always important when there's family, you should always sit together and eat. You know, that was always the thing to, you know, and try to conversate. That was like a downtime, but, you know, it's just tough nowadays, too, though, sometimes because people on their phones or, you know, FaceTiming somebody or whatever it is. You know, it's a little difficult, but I think it, I think it should be like a, well, I guess I should sound old now where, oh, you know, you gotta, you know, sit down and there's no TV, there's not you. You're gonna eat and then you can go out and do whatever. You know, we don't do that no more. People don't do that anymore. You know, I think it's I think it was a lot better back then. People had a more, you know, had more respect and you know, it was just different. You know, but I think it. I think it should go back to that. I think it should go back to that.
Yeah, you
Give
gotta
me a
hold
minute. Let me
that.
get some water.
You gotta hold on to that stuff. Like we go around the room and you know whatever we're thankful for.
Yeah,
we
we
all
do.
say it. You know.
Real quick, I wanted to also just say it out loud, but I want to say our condolences. Pastor Tony said that they lost a pastor there at his church, and also mentioned that Heartlife is doing some exciting things. So our condolences, and definitely you guys check in with Heartlife.
Yeah.
So we're
sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that.
When
Well,
House
condolences.
we're going to play a video and we're all going to give our opinions on who we believe is at fault in this video. So, just a minute, we'll do that. And then I also want to touch on, after we do that, you guys be thinking about it. You guys in the chat think about it too, because I want to touch on how do you deal with difficult family members or maybe family members who you've been estranged from during the holidays when you have to come together, or you don't have to, maybe, but maybe you do. How do you deal with that? So let me drop this video. This is thanks to our brother Cholo Trucker. Let's drop this and you guys watch it, and we're going to give our input on what we believe.
You okay?
Are you okay? Oh my goodness. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Look at him though. He's just a little skittish.
Daddy, what happened?
I'll play it once more just so we can kind of get an idea.
He froze up.
You okay?
Are you okay? Oh my goodness. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Look at him though. He's just a little skittish.
Daddy, what happened?
Was that a postal guy? Was that a postman?
Looked like he was some sort of delivery or postal. Yeah. It looked, if you guys are watching, you saw what happened. But if you're listening, what looks to be is they're in some sort of business and one of the customers has their, I think that looked like a Great Dane. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it was a big dog.
Yeah, on a leash. And when the postal guy walked through the little walkway, the dog barked, you know, aggressively and lunged towards him, but didn't make any contact. The postal guy falls, breaks his knee.
Wow.
And so the question is, who's at fault in this situation? Is it the dog owner, the business, the postal guy? Did he need to fall? Did he fall on purpose? What did it look like?
Can you play it again?
Yeah.
I think first of all, the dog shouldn't be in there. That dog that big.
What is it? What kind of establishment is it?
First of all, the owner shouldn't be bringing that big dog in there. And second of all,
Yeah, he knows that.
Oh, there should be a sign posted, but who knows where they're at. It looks like I thought it was like a optometrist. I could be wrong. Who knows?
Watch one more time. Watch
Yeah, it does
closely.
look like that. It does look like that.
You okay?
Are you okay? Oh my goodness. Are you okay?
Alright, yeah, I'm alright.
Oh, that, look at him though. He's just a little scared.
Daddy, what happened?
You know what?
Good act right there. Good act, falling act.
It looked a little,
I don't
it looked a
know.
little dramatic, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he has a fear of dogs, and that looked like it scared him to death. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? It could also, you know what? I mean, we can look at it and blame the dog, but since there was no contact though. And okay, yeah, maybe it was a dog that kind of, was the aggressive and kind of jumped, could jump forward.
Hmm.
And it's understandable that the person would get startled, automatically. But I would assume that they're also going to look at his shoes,
Oh,
what condition the shoes might be in, because he shouldn't have slipped like that at all. Like, not that easy anyhow, unless he misstepped or something. But
I mean, I can see if the dog was hiding or if they had it behind the, like behind the counter and he got scared, but
it looked like his, the way he slipped out like that, it looked like his shoes were in pretty bad shape. I mean,
hmm.
that
I,
could
I,
also
I guess you could just chalk it up as a freak accident.
well,
But that guy
You know?
shouldn't have. I don't think you should ever bring a big dog like that into a small business like that, especially close quarters with the other people.
right.
yeah,
You know?
yeah,
So I was trying to, at first I'm watching it and I'm like, well, obviously they're going to say it's the owner's fault. It's
yeah.
his dog that caused the guy to be frightened enough to fall and be injured. But then it looked a little extreme. So
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about
But then
that.
again, the flooring on the thing too is very slippery.
So
Yeah.
could it be a combination? Like, would they even split the injury? Maybe, hey, it's 40% the fault of the business for the flooring being freshly waxed or whatever, and 60% fault of the owner for not having the dog labeled as a service dog and being in the business.
True.
You know,
It could be the FedEx guy wanted a
A check?
yeah. I mean,
little money.
Yeah.
it,
I don't know.
yeah, but you know what? But that's also comes back to it because I've experienced that. It's like when somebody calls, law enforcement or whatever. Oh, because your dog scared my child. It's like, I, really, it makes no sense. I mean, I'm not saying in this situation, but I'm saying like the dog didn't actually touch him, and he was on a leash.
Yeah.
So that I would think that you know, or maybe
That's the point. The dog was on a leash.
Yeah.
He wasn't physically touched. So he kind of threw himself to the ground in essence. Like,
Yeah.
you were probably
and
scared.
yeah, and at the end of, I mean, then again too, we don't know what he's been through. Maybe he's been bitten before, or maybe he was bitten as a child and he has this
There's a
phobia
fear.
about
Phobia of the
about
dogs.
the
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that could be in into play, you know.
Yeah.
But I think also too that the animals are animals, I don't care if it's a dog, or a cat or whatever. Sometimes they
Yeah.
just, it depends on the and I'll say this, I will say this. This is gonna go off a little bit, but staying on subject with it. And this is not saying anything bad about the FedEx guy or whatever or whatnot, But dogs, at least how I've seen it, dogs know when somebody's a bad person, because they will growl at them, they will stay growling at them, and they just, because I've seen it.
Yeah.
And yet the person that's good, they'll go right up to him, if somebody doesn't like dogs, if somebody's just really like real negative, those animals will not go up to those people.
Dogs can sense fear, and maybe they
Yeah.
sense that fear because when he lunged at him, he kind of like So,
Yeah.
but dogs can sense fear,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of a tough one, man. That's kind of a tough one. I mean,
Right.
at the end of the day, the guy had the dog on a leash. He didn't let him go. The guy
That reminds me of this story. I'm gonna tell you real quick. When I purchased my house in Riverside, we were done. We're doing the walkthrough and everything, right? So we're gonna do the walk. She was walking down. The lady was walking down with her papers in her hand like this down the driveway, right? And she was wearing high heels. She happened to catch her high heel shoes in one of the little cracks in the asphalt. She went down forward, and when she fell forward, she shattered her kneecap, and her bone was protruding out of her skin and everything, right? And she's all like this, and we seen it, so I went and picked her up. I didn't pick her up, but I leaned her back, and I was behind her, right? And she goes, "Don't worry, I'm going to still do the walkthrough with you." I'm like, "Hey, that's the furthest from my worries, man." Yeah. She goes, "We'll still do the walkthrough. Don't worry." I says, "Man, she's in shock, man, because her bone is sticking out of her leg." And I told her, "Hey, that could be another day. Don't even trip, man."
She's laughing, but the first thing I thought is, she's like, "I'm not missing this check, man. I'm gonna."
But I says, "Man, I felt like, man, because the lady was hurt, and you knew that, but she was in shock."
Yeah, I don't.
So we called the ambulance and wait till the ambulance got there, for her. Yeah, but that was a bad injury. I mean, to have your bone broken and coming out through your skin and everything.
Hey, we still got this. We got this. Don't trip.
Yeah. Hey, I'm still gonna get your walkthrough. Don't worry. I'm like, hey, that's the least of my worries, girl.
Oh, I know. She wanted to seal the deal.
Right. Well, it did get sealed, but yeah.
I seen an injury like that on the escalator at Macy's in Salinas when I worked there years ago. Those are dangerous. A lady had fallen forward and her knee went into the escalator stair. It was awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
Hey, Spanx is saying that the guy with the dog looked like he was trying to take off after her.
He may have been. So I looked up who tried to word it in a way that it would give me an estimation of who would be at fault, and on Google, and it says this: if a dog bites a patron of a business, the dog owner is primarily at fault due to strict liability laws, meaning they are responsible for an injury caused by their dog, regardless of whether they knew the dog was aggressive. However, the business may also share some liability if they allow the dog on the premises without proper supervision or had knowledge of the dog's dangerous behavior and failed to take action. So I mean, it could possibly. He wasn't bit though. So no. At the end of the day, you know what I think happened, and I haven't looked it up to see. I will almost guarantee, and I don't think I'm going to be wrong. We're going to have to find out. I bet it's a work comp injury because he was on
the job.
Yeah,
on the job. Injury occurred. So I think that FedEx, at the end of the day, probably had to cover that.
Yeah, they took care of me. Yeah.
And that's going to be,
that's a good one right there, Jen. That's actually, that's
I had to think about it. Cholo reminded me, remember, he didn't actually get bit. I'm like, you know what? Yeah. So.
Yeah, you know, that's funny with process, but it's true. I'm pretty sure. I've never been a delivery guy, obviously, right? Because never mind. Anyways, but I'm joking. But I would assume that they have some kind of training with animals because they're going to have to deal with animals every day.
Right. Yeah. So her comment says, "I don't think it warrants a lawsuit. Not that serious. Yes, he was obviously startled, and you have to think he's a delivery guy, and dogs tend to go after delivery guys. Yeah. It's the uniform, right?
Yeah, isn't that weird? I just had a guy today with a dog followed me outside, and but he didn't get past the gate. The FedEx driver was scared, but I'm like, he's behind the door, he's good. He's behind the gate. If I would open the gate, I'm sure he would have charged at him.
Oh yeah. Hey, that's a job I wouldn't, just for that reason alone, I wouldn't want to do. Like, that's got to be a lot to deal with people. It's just dealing with my own neighbors' dogs myself. I see the terror that Amazon people go through when they come up the driveway. They're like, hey, this is for over
they
there.
have an incident, I'll tell you. UPS had that happen with my daughter's dog, charged at him. Literally, the guy ran inside his truck, shut the door, and he was like, so they stopped UPS drivers coming to the house.
They carry pepper spray too, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
we get all the but
no. Yeah, the guy was injured. Chola says it is pretty serious. The guy broke his knee.
Oh, yeah.
No, it said on the top. You know what? But I'll tell you guys one thing though. One thing I learned, that the when it's the postal service, right? The postman or postwoman, whatever, that if you have your dog and it doesn't have to do anything, it could just simply even scratch them. That's a $5,000 fine, automatic.
Really?
Yeah. You got to be very careful with that because it could be, it's a lot. But it's a federal, it's federal.
Did you hear that, big dog?
It's federal. Yeah, no, I learned that that's pretty crazy though. Which, speaking of federal, real quick, a little off subject here. It helps because you as well been a what's the word I'm looking for here? God darn it. You were a bus driver as well as myself, a school bus driver.
Yeah.
And we had to pass the California Highway Patrol test and whatnot.
The drive test, and the written.
Yeah. And when I got my endorsement for the school bus thing, I wasn't aware that if anybody touches you, that's a federal offense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when they follow you, because I had an incident where this kid was in the back seat flipping these kids off, a junior high school kid, right? And this car was following me every turn I made, it was following me. Yeah. So I stopped at a stop. 4 guys got out. And they came around, surrounded the bus, and they were saying, hey, this guy's flipping me off, let me at him, blah, blah, blah. I said, man, you ain't going to touch this kid, bro. I said, step back. Yeah. And it's a federal offense to follow the bus and stuff,
Yeah.
And I told them. And they were, one tried to reach into the window over here and pop it, because there's, how the things pop right there.
Yeah.
And that goes when I said, man, I'm telling you, get back, bro, because I says, he's my responsibility. I can't let nothing happen to him as well,
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, and I told them, get back, and they ended up leaving. I told them, hey, it's a federal offense. I'm telling you right now, bro, you better leave.
Yeah, it is. A lot of people think it's a cool bus driver, whatever. It's people don't think. If you hold a commercial license with the school bus endorsement, you can get in big trouble for that. It's it's not just a slap on the wrist. That's gonna it's crazy. I was like, wow.
Yep.
So So anyways, I walk around whenever they say, hey, what's up? And show my license real quick. What? For what? No.
No, being that as well as a mother and working at a school too, the school's responsible for that kid until he gets home.
So when you guys you have the kids on the bus, they're considered like your property, basically. Get home quickly, right?
They're still school property, and that's our responsibility.
Yeah.
As a bus driver, it's your responsibility now. It's not the teachers and the school. It's in your hands now to make sure that when you get them to their destination, you see the parents as well. The parents have to be visible too as well. It's not just dropping them off and stuff like that.
There was one time where this kid was telling me it was the last stop, and he goes, hey, I don't want to get off, bus driver, because that guy right there, those guys right there, they're going to beat me up. And I says, why? He says, because I'm testifying against them in court. And I says, well, wait a minute. And so I ended up crossing him and walking him to his house because it wasn't that far. And they didn't do nothing, you know. And then I took him there and I got back in my bus and I went back. I got a phone call. The schoolyard got a phone call, my supervisor, from the parent, and told him thank you. Told him for having escorting him there because those guys were gonna beat him up. You know?
Wow, that's crazy. Oh yeah.
And he's just a kid. Oh, that's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So anyway, yeah, we got off subject there, but yeah, no, just Well, yeah, no, thanks for that, man. That's it's a lot of stuff sometimes when you're working for somebody. That's why I was at first with the incident that we saw. I thought he was a postman, but it was FedEx. I think it's a little different, but still, man, it's still Well, no, it's FedEx.
I mean, it's a mail carrier of some sort.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Federal Express, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it would still be the same difference. Yeah.
But I think Jen summed it up there. Workers' comp right there.
Yeah.
Probably ended up. Yeah.
I mean, because the dog didn't touch him and he was leashed. It would have been different. It'd been different if he was,
Right. It is something that I take very seriously because I think one of the reasons why is because I've seen a pretty horrific attack myself, and honestly, I don't know how. I mean, my parents didn't have any time, anyways. But I'm surprised they didn't try to sue my parents because we were little and they were babysitting this couple from the church. Their two little boys. The couple had went. I think they were even in Hawaii, so they were like far. That's like what, an 8-hour flight or something like that.
Wow.
So they were far away, and we were outside in our front yard playing. And the two little boys, one was pretty rambunctious, and he kept touching the dog bowl. And I remember telling him, I was probably like 8 years old. I remember telling him, no, you can't do that. Don't touch his food because he might get mad. I was always taught, don't ever touch a dog or animal's food
while they're eating.
Yeah. And the little boy, before I could say anything else, he turned to me. He said, no, I'm just pretending it's berries that I'm picking. Our dog, Momo, it was a huge dog, leaped off the porch onto the kid.
Oh, shoot.
I won't even go into detail, you guys, but other than he had to have, I think, 127 stitches.
Wow.
And I'll say this, my dad didn't even wait. I don't want to deal on that either. My dad didn't even wait for animal control to get there. He dealt with the dog right then and there.
Oh, wow.
But it was severely and highly traumatic kid to see that happening in front of you. This is a dog. Back in the day, we didn't know all the things we know now, right? But as a kid, get on him and ride him like a horse. He was huge.
Yeah.
He never showed any aggressive bone in his body.
Wow.
But it turned into something that we didn't recognize. But you got to remember, and this I tell myself, is at the end of the day, it's naturally a wild animal.
Yeah, they're dogs.
At heart, and who knows? Maybe he thought his food was being at risk, or I don't know what the animal thought. But
I don't know if you guys watched the news lately, but two Rottweilers unalived a 5-year-old.
Yes.
And they grew, and they said they grew up. The baby grew up with those dogs that never showed any type of harm, or ill will towards the kid. Never, but to the.
Yeah, I saw that one the other day, and they did say the little girl had grown up with those dogs her whole life.
Yeah. You know what? That is true though. If a dog barks at you in Petco, and you get startled and fall, is that their fault?
I would think so because they're allowing the dogs to go in their place of business.
No, but it's Petco. They have animals in there sometimes for training and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Or for sale.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I've been in some. I mean, you know what? But okay. Since I'm a movie guy, so let's just say this. So say you go watch a movie and it scares you, and you either, I'll say respectful, you vomit or you pass out. Do you sue the movie company or the theater for that?
I
If
could.
you walked in,
Yeah,
you walked in, you paid for a ticket, because I noticed that people sometimes say, "Well, I went to go see this movie," and well, if the movie's called Terrifier,
Yeah.
with the Art the Clown, you know what you're
Right?
gonna see, you know, or you see something, I'm saying like because,
yeah,
and the reason I bring this up, guys, and I know it sounds funny, but the reason I bring it up is because people are very adamant to sue nowadays for
Yeah.
any little thing,
Yep.
and it's kind of like,
Money,
okay,
money, money.
your dog barked and scared my kid. It was like, and you called the cops, and what are we supposed to do here? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it makes no sense. It
right.
really makes no sense.
Yeah.
That's, I don't know, man. I did, and maybe I'm an animal lover. It's just a thing, and I understand. So going back to that situation with yourself, Jen.
Mhm.
I mean, I know you said your dad took care of it or whatnot, right? But let's just say, for example, you tell somebody, "Hey, don't taunt the dog," and the dog's super cool. It's not going to do nothing. Don't taunt the dog. And this person yanks on the tail or something, and that dog turns
Mm.
around and snaps at him, regardless of size.
Yeah.
Do you guys think it's fair that the animal gets put down if it was provoked? Because the animal technically was
No.
doing nothing but defending itself. That's a defense mechanism. So
Yeah.
you're gonna put it out because it defended itself? Like, it makes no sense to me. And maybe I'm just an animal lover. I just, I don't.
Yeah.
I see it that way because I've had it happen where I've seen somebody kind of attacking the animal, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna, because maybe it's a smaller dog or whatnot, and
Mm.
the dog's growling them all crazy. Well, that's how he or she defends itself. What do you expect's going to happen? The
Yeah.
dog's going to defend itself.
Right.
That's, what I'm
You know,
saying.
in my case, like when the dogs came over, the pit bulls came over and attacked my German Shepherd.
Mm.
Uh, they came in our yard, right? So when
Yeah,
they got in there, attacked him, and I came out, I heard the dogs barking. I was hitting them with a pipe, man, a big pipe. And the owner came in, and the owner came in, don't hit my dogs. I said, oh, I
yeah,
ain't gonna say it on here, but you know what so I give those dogs some whacks. They go, we're calling the cops. I said, call the cops.
Mm.
And
yeah,
they called the cops, and the cops said I could have sued them or had
yeah,
their dog put down and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
Like
this.
for us owning the property here, we have the sign up says "Beware of Dog." That's
yeah,
that's our safety, so to speak. Like
You have to have one if you
you
yeah.
have to, yeah, you have to have a especially if you're a homeowner, you got to have signs up because
Yeah.
Yeah.
people can come over and say, "Oh, you bit me," and da da da, whatever.
Yeah.
yeah.
You got to have that protection yourself.
Right.
It-
This is a good
Yeah.
sort of comparison here. It's like Kotora says, it's like going on a roller coaster, getting a heart attack, and then suing. Like if you know you're afraid of something,
yeah. It's like,
you
Yeah.
know.
yeah,
Well, there's warnings, just like a dog sign. There's warnings that I have
Yeah.
dog, beware of the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or don't
Right.
trespass.
I
Private
love,
property.
definitely.
believe I'm an animal lover too. Have been, since I was a child. But I try to stay very vigilant of who is around, like as far as kids, things like that. I don't let other people's kids interact with, because I have bigger dogs.
Mhm.
That's my worst fear is
Yeah.
something like that happening.
Yeah.
Dog just
Yeah, no,
acted
yeah.
a little bit strange that day, and yeah.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine just a couple of months ago out in Salinas. That what happened was his 3-year-old daughter was bitten by a German Shepherd, and she was petting him, and everything was fine. But this was all within family, and
Excuse me.
he got her, like on the head and stuff, and she got stitches and stuff like that. But he said that since nobody really saw it, when the little girl came back to the dad, which was a friend of mine, he saw her like all over the place, and they freaked out of what had happened,
Yeah.
So they don't know what provoked the dog to do that, but they settled it out of court and everything else. The guy was like, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a kind of a touch and go sometimes with stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah.
It's just
Just it's common sense to not just like you said, don't have your dog around kids.
Yeah.
I mean, the dogs probably look at a kid like, I can imagine it's a mini me.
Yeah.
They see it real small. They said that's what intimidates the animal too, though. When that's why people kind of squat down for the animals, because we look huge to them, and they're like they're intimidated. But the other one too, though, if somebody goes to your house to visit and they're like, "Hey man, I don't like dogs, or I don't like cats," or something like that. Well, my dog don't like you, fool. No, I'm just saying. No, but I'm just saying. It's like, well, if it's kind of I can understand if it's somebody that's maybe perhaps allergic. It's one thing, but to threaten to harm an animal because they don't like them and they came to visit, it's like, no, dude, like you don't. I don't think that's cool. I mean, that's just.
Check this out. My daughter's
I had a nephew, right?
My daughter's friend was at a friend's house, right? Went over there often. She has a dog. The girl has a dog, and my daughter's friend went down to tie her shoe, and the dog snapped right at her.
Oh wow!
Got her right below the eye.
Wow.
The friend was kind enough to pay her hospital bills, but I don't know. I haven't even heard the end of that one, but.
I had a dog, German Shepherd, right? Cochise. And I had a nephew, little travieso, man. I come home from work and my rocking chair's outside. My 200-gallon fish tank has donuts in it and everything. Who did it? He did it, right? And then I'm like, man, why don't his mom watch the kids, right? So one day I was sitting in the what do you call it? In the dining room, and I was looking out the door. And my dog was going like this, Coaches. He was leaning against the wall, like afraid of the little kid. And then so he went like this and lunged to him and says, "Ah!" And Coaches just turned and bit him right here. And then I said, but he never bit anybody, but he had him up against the wall and he just threw his face right in his mouth,
He
But nothing ever became of that because you know what? My dog just doesn't bite anybody, But that kid was just a little travieso. He in my pool. I put in an above the ground pool. I came home. He threw the cat in there, and the cat started scratching on the sides and everything. I'm like, he was a travieso, man.
It can
be. This kid's costing me some money, man. You better keep track of your son.
Little menace right there. Yeah, it can be. Glad you were able to work it out. There was a situation with family some years back, but where one of the family members had an English bulldog and it bit one of the family members' little girl. And they didn't speak for years because of that. Because they were like, hey, you need to put that dog down. And then they were like, no, this is our family member, our dog. And they were like, well, if you don't put her over that dog, then we're not family. And they, I think it was 5 or 6 years before they were able to get over that.
Yeah,
that happened to me as well with my daughter because my brother-in-law had a what do you call that dog? His name was Chemo. What is that dog? Chow.
Oh yeah.
He was like 2 years old. I think 2 years old, and she went to pet him like this. He turned around and bit her on the side of her head. Wow. And we had to give her stitches. Yeah. And we didn't talk for a minute because he was saying it was my daughter's fault and this and that. And I'm like, he ended up getting bit by the dog as well. And he fainted in the front yard like this, passed out. And he finally got rid of the dog after that. He turned on the mailman and everybody else, But he finally turned on him and he finally said, okay, I'm going to put it to sleep.
Finally saw the light then, huh? Oh yeah. I was chased by, it was either two or three. A neighbor had them, and I was like 8 months pregnant, and I was chased by them down the street. My grandma's house is down the street, right? And she knew I was walking to her house, and I was thinking, let me just walk. It's good to walk, then try and get myself to go into labor. I wasn't trying to have a heart attack going into labor. They're chasing me, and I'm running. My grandma hears me screaming, and she comes running out with a broom, and she's whacking those dogs.
Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh. My heart was pounding.
Wow.
I'm surprised I didn't go into labor that day, but I did.
Wow. It happened to me as a kid. The people that lived across the street, they had a little, I don't know if it was like a Cocker Spaniel or something. It was a small dog, but I was a little kid, so it looked, it looked kind of, and I remember petting it. The dad was, he had it out there, and I was just petting it, and then all of a sudden it just like, it got me in something, but it didn't. Now that I remember, it wasn't really a, he didn't punch or nothing. He just, pretty much like scratched me with his teeth. And I remember I just ran home, and I was all like, I was all scared. I remember I had to go to the doctor and all that stuff, and it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun to deal with it. Good thing the dog had his shots and everything else, but still, it's like
a couple of weeks ago, I went down my friend's house, and he has 7 German Shepherds, and they're big, they're huge dogs, man. I ain't lying to you. So the fence was open, so I figured, his dogs are locked up, right? And he didn't have them all locked up, and one got away. So I'm walking in there, and all of a sudden, here comes that German Shepherd towards me. I jumped right in the back of his truck and just flew. I did, man. I said, man, I haven't moved this fast in a while, man. Because those dogs are vicious. Because every time I go back there to do some work for him, like working on his car, right? Those dogs are barking left and right, and they make this vicious growl and look at you, and they're just like growling at you all the time.
It just.
I said, man, hey, get your dog. I told him, get your dog, man.
That's scary. But why 7? That's a lot of dogs.
Yeah, man, that's for being dogs that big too, though, man. You ever see that movie, the Pink Panther with Peter Sellers? Or I think of the Pink Panther.
I remember, I've seen it, but I remember a long time ago, years ago.
There's like 5 of them or whatever, right? But in one of them, I think it's the Pink Panther Strikes Back or something. He's under disguise because it's Inspector Clouseau, right? And he tells the guy at the counter, because he sees the dog laying down, and he says, does your, and I know it's a joke now, but they do the movies. Does your dog bite? And he says, no. And he goes over to pet it, and that dog just like, comes at him, and he gets all startled, it doesn't touch him. And he's like, I thought you said the dog didn't bite. He goes, that's not my dog. That's not my dog. It was a stupid little scene in the movie, though. But it's one of the movies. But yeah, the late Peter Sellers, man. He's just.
When I was younger and I was going down my friend's house, and it was in Norwalk, right? And I was walking, and this dog always is in the street just running around, And that time, this dog just wanted to come at me. And it wasn't a big dog. It was a little Chihuahua, right? But he was a vicious character, man. And he'll be just going after your ankles. So one day he came charging at me, and I was in a good mood, man. I use him as a football. Let's put it that way. I fling. Sorry, you ain't going to bite me, dog.
Yeah, sometimes.
And I love dogs. Don't get me wrong. I love dogs. But that day, I said, no, I don't feel like getting bit, dog.
Yeah. But, to me, it goes back to, like, everything else that's happened with that, like, everything that we've talked about, it always goes back to that they're animals. It's like, that's why we don't have wild animals. A dog, at the end of the day, it's an animal.
Yep.
But we're grown so accustomed to have it be like, no, well, they can be trained and
domesticated.
It's an animal, man. It's an animal. Yeah. It's gonna react different, I mean, even my little weenie dogs and stuff, Toby the Tube and Max and Ewok, if my son and I, before we would start like, playing around, not wrestling, but like he'll be like, "Hey, come on, fool!" Like put him up or whatever. The dogs come right away and start barking all over the place. They come to protect. It's just that's just what it is.
They do. They
So,
do. Even small things like my daughter Ella. Once my back was hurting real bad. And I'm like, "Can you pop my back, please?" And I laid down on the floor. Got like this, to pop my back. Now Angel is like such a gentle sweetheart. She came over and all she did was she laid her head on my back. My daughter was gonna push, and she just laid her head there and looked up at Ella like, "Don't hurt mom."
Yeah.
She didn't put her body in the way,
Wow.
No, yeah. They were saying that word. What's the name? Cafe said he was attacked by a Pomeranian.
Yeah.
Teacup, like
Teacup
Pomeranians.
right?
Oh my God.
Man, big dog's like a little human being, man. He is. He's just like, he looks at you. This is what I do. If I'm cooking breakfast and I have some music playing and I'm singing, right? And I'll look at him and I'll change the lyrics and I say, "Big dog," I'll throw his name in there, right? And he's looking at me like he has a smile, man. He's looking at me like, "All right, he mentioned my name,"
Yeah.
That dog is funny, man.
I have my dog too.
He's
hilarious.
No, I have my dog too. Toby, he'll stand like he's all tough and he'll bark and growl and say, "Shut up, Tube." Tube, like that dog will eat you for breakfast, dude. It's just like, shut up. But I mean, you know what? But animals are not to be underestimated. Like I don't care if it's a service dog or whatnot. Sometimes you just don't know. They're like
They sense,
everybody
they know
else.
what you're going through. I had a PTSD dog. They know exactly what you're going through, and they'll be there for you, man.
Yeah.
Pearl doesn't, for some reason, Pearl just doesn't want to get away from me. She just wants to sit on me and just be around me, man. She'll sit there right at me and look at me like this, And she's a good dog.
You know what? Then sometimes there is very good dogs too, though, because I remember my little I had two more Winnie dogs before these two, and just like they were the red or the brown, like Max, like my dog Max. And the female Jada Pinkett Smith, that was her name. And it was fun. I don't know if I told you guys. I took her to the vet one time, and then I got a letter in the mail with my address, but to Jada Pinkett Smith. That was the funniest thing in the world to me. But anyway, I used to go when my mom in the early 2000s. My mom was in the convalescent home for temporary time and stuff, and I used to go over there. No, not even in the early 2000s. That's when she was in a coma, actually. And she was there permanently, actually. So anyhow, I used to. Oh, was it? I don't remember. No, it was the first time. When she was there temporarily. Anyhow, I used to go to the home, and they would tell me to bring the dog, and all the other people loved the dog. Jada was like the favorite animal there. It was like and it helps people. They help people. They really help people, and then that dog was really good though. My dog was Jada was really good, a really good dog, and it would bring peace to them. So I think animals are good though, man. I think dogs are good. I'll defend my animals till the end. I mean, and I don't think and I'll just say it myself. If a dog is provoked, he should not be put down,
I'm
man.
sorry.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying,
No, that's a good one, Spanx. No. Hey, my dog likes when I sing, man. He's all like, "What's up? What's up?"
My dog, Angel goes crazy, but I'll do it. Like I will never. I don't know. Maybe one day I will, but I'll get loud and act crazy and silly with them when it's just me here, just us. And she gets all excited. And she's getting old, so it's hard for her to move. But it's so cute watching her like get all excited and try and jump in the air.
Yeah, that's funny.
No, yeah, man. It's
there are companions. We just have to make sure we're always aware and vigilant of our surroundings and whoever's around. as well.
Yeah. Yeah, one thing that breaks my heart, and I flip it off when I go to Instagram and I see these videos sometimes with these dogs and stuff, and they're great. Except the one that says, um, they're only in our life for a limited amount of time. But to them, we're there their whole life, And that breaks my heart, man. I can't.
Now that you're talking about that, brother, I'm sorry.
Huh?
Rest in peace to Sammy No Nuts. I think I mentioned him to you guys before. My sister's dog. He's a wiener dog,
Uh-huh.
and his name was Sammy No Nuts, and so he just passed away just about a week ago or so. Yeah, they had that dog for a long time, man. He was a good dog. He was a good dog, man.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Seriously, you know what, guys? I don't know if I've said it on this channel before, but I can't see an animal be hurt, man. Like I can't, dude. But you know what's weird is that if it's people doing stuff and getting hurt, I'm like right there, dude. Like I'm just like I'm seeing it, I'm seeing it. But the animal, man, I just can't, I just can't. I mean, I used to have cats. I used to have cats too, though. But yeah, it's the same difference, man. They're all animals,
Yeah, I used to have 7 cats, but I have 6.
How many you have now, Jen?
I have 6 now because my orange cat, we never found him. I think coyotes got him, or mountain lions or something. But
yeah,
that still hurts my heart. But they're outside cats. They do their, they do their thing outside. Keep all the little pets away, but I still baby them, give them treats.
You know, guys, that if you see somebody run over an animal, if you take the plates down, they will go to jail for that.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they will go to jail for that. That's a hit and run.
Wow!
That if it has tags on it, right?
Yeah. And even though it's somebody's pet, if they did it on purpose, some people do.
Getting back, not to change the subject, but getting back to the school busing.
Uh-huh.
If a dog or cat can't have had a license or whatever, then it's a school bus accident.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, then it's just a stray cat. They won't call the CHP.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. That's what it is, man. I remember driving the bus one time to pick up the kids, and one of the girls, her dog was on the road.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, dude, it breaks you, this stuck to me all the time since I was in school, because the teacher always said this to us once. Keep at home waiting for the animal to come home, So that always breaks my heart to see something like that, man. It's like, damn, And then, my dog disappeared a couple of times. My dog, Jada, she disappeared almost a couple of times. I remember I even told my boss at work, I said, hey, I got to go. He goes, really, for a dog? I said, yeah, I got to go, dude. And my son was small at the time. My kids were small, I took off and I hunted high and low for that animal. Could not find her. I couldn't find her, And this is a weenie dog, Jada Pinkett Smith. I couldn't find her.
She was out in entanglement.
The one, right? No. So we, my ex used to call her the I'll say it, a woman of the night. She's called the dog that, So we would always kind of like, okay, well, that's like the other name we use for the dog, it's like whatever.
Yeah.
So anyhow, so I get a phone call from the animal place, right? And they said, hey, and I know the person there. They, Freddie, you're missing a Dotsie? And I said, yeah. She goes, oh, well, we have her here. I think we have her here, And she was chipped and everything, So, but I think the chip wasn't working anymore, whatever it was, She was already old, the dog was old. And my son was at school, and I went to go pick her up, And I asked what had happened. So what happened, since we lived by the school, the dog went out and she was sitting down on the next block in the corner right there. And some of the kids, lady passing by, the kid got off the car and picked her up and took her to the animal place here. And I'm like, she was working, dude. No, that's what I'm just was like,
Oh,
but
Hey,
you know,
Matt,
it was all night long. You know, we slept on it basically, and I remember this is how bad it gets, especially when your kids love these animals. You know, I remember waking up like at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because I had a dream that the dog was in the front of the house. And you know,
oh,
we never ring camera at the time, so I got up. I actually got up out of bed and went to the front of the house and looking to see if she was, you know, somewhere, you know, here. And
mm,
no, but I mean, fortunately, again, the next day I was called and picked her up, and everything was good. Everything was good,
Like,
and she died of natural causes. You know, she passed from natural causes. So
right.
yeah, it was just, you know, but
That's right.
it, yeah, no, it just happens. You know, things are like that. You know.
It does. It does. Yeah. My ranas will start coming out now that it's raining. They will. And bats. There's
mm,
bats that are out here at nighttime. It's like a forest out here.
yeah. Oh,
Very got about an hour and a half in, so let's start wrapping it up.
All
And
right, all
we'll
right.
plan to do. Let's see. It's gonna be. Let's see. You want to do our. Well, we have. Let's try to do the gift unveiling. Well, you know what? Next week it probably won't get there in time. So,
Yeah.
and the week after that, it's Christmas Eve. So maybe, what do you guys think? We could talk off the air too, but maybe on the second week we could do the show on a Thursday again. So that's
Sure.
the day after Christmas.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, yeah.
Well, think about it. Check your calendars and.
yeah, hey, I see the text messages too sometimes, but I don't get no notifications on me. I gotta check on my thing. I don't know why.
You're missing
Yeah.
all kinds of.
I know. I'm
Good
like, man,
stuff,
I don't
man.
hear no bing or nothing like that, man. I gotta check it out.
Yeah.
Definitely. And there's a couple stories you guys mentioned. I did write them down, and you guys in the chat, we will chop it up and touch on those for next week's show,
Mhm.
and then we'll figure out
I'll
what
make,
the gift.
I'll make sure I'll check it every day. I'll look
Sounds good.
at this because I don't. Sometimes I just leave my phone and I'm walking around doing what I'm doing. You know.
It happens. It happens, man.
Yeah.
That's true. We can do it
It
for New
happens.
Year. That's true. Okay, we'll get through the holidays and do it for that. Yeah, we'll chop it up and figure it out. But what do you guys have going on this week? Anything dropping or anything exciting coming up?
Other than me personally going to doing the thing for the church on Saturday this week, the football game on Sunday against the Eagles, man, I got a bet against that. You know, it's going down. It's going down. And what else? Grandkids, spend time with the grandkids and stuff.
Nice.
yeah.
I was this close to going up north this weekend coming up to my sister's house, and but they canceled it too as well. So but I was this close. I was like, man, just go.
Yeah.
Oh,
How far north were you going to go?
Where's that? Madeira?
oh, you'd be passing by our neck of the woods then.
Yeah, Madeira.
Yeah. By here.
You got to
Well,
let us
probably
know.
be on the 5, but if you went down the 101, you can come down through this way,
How far are you guys from Madeira? Like about another 5 hours or what?
2 hours, right?
About 2 hours, 2.5, 2 hours.
2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.5, 2 hours.
Are you guys by Solvang?
That's how far from us. That's like,
No, that's south to us.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So where they have the little Dutch houses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
got-
that's more Santa Barbara.
Hmm.
That's more Santa Barbara area. We're more up here, a little bit more in the literally in the middle over here, in the middle of the Central Coast. Not in we're Central Cali, but it's just people make it so difficult. I just Central
I'll
Cali.
never get you guys geographic. Like I'll never understand it.
Right?
I always ask this. Wait, where do you live again? Like, wait, what?
Yeah, we're like, yeah, no, you'll see.
Every time we look at the map of California, it says, okay, Salinas, and it has a salad bowl there. So I said, that's where Jim is.
Yeah.
Right here.
Gonzales, Soledad, King City, all that area,
That's where we're at. That's right.
We're over here in the valley, actually. We're Salinas Valley. We're in the valley. So
I am fighting through this fever or whatever it
I
is.
know. You know what? Prayers to you, sis. I know you're not feeling well, and I was so
Oh,
happy
yeah.
to see you because
No, thank you for it.
you weren't feeling good. So hang in there.
No,
Prayers.
definitely.
Yeah, Solvang is a cool
Yeah.
little town. It
Yeah,
definitely is, although I want to check it out soon. I haven't been down there in so long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a minute since we're going again for Christmas. Melvin has 2 weeks off,
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
and so we're going to head up there,
Okay.
check out all the
Nice.
Christmas stuff. Hopefully,
Yeah.
I think it's the 21st that we're going. So
Oh,
the
yeah.
Christmas stuff will be up still.
You'll get to get
Yeah.
some pictures and footage of it all decorated there. Beautiful
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Much love. Salinas has a lot of love for you, Cholo.
Aw.
And that was
What?
fun
Okay.
times when you guys
Oh,
were up there. That's right. You guys, thank you so much for tapping in.
Oh, yeah.
See, we'll be
Thank
back
you.
next week, Tuesday, original time and original date. And all new stories and topics for you guys. If you guys have something you want to suggest for us, drop it in the comment section and we will chop it up on that, okay?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Denise, send me your address, Denise.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And
And
Fred,
I need your address as well, brother. I need your address as well.
that's
Okay.
right.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'll get it to you, Fred.
I'm gonna
Send
be,
it.
Yeah.
I can already
We'll be
feel
able
my
to
little-
text each other here.
yeah. I can't
Hey,
wait.
just drive my vehicle down here, man. Just drive that bomb down here, Fred.
Right? And be like, hey, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Oh Lord, buy me a Mercedes Benz. No, I'm just joking.
No, see, I'll roll up and you'll see me in a nice car, right? And then you'll be like, hey, this is what you brought. No, I'll get off in a thong, dude. See, that I'm the gift, not the car.
Not your chocolate. It will viral.
Oh,
All right,
man.
guys. Much love. You guys, until next time. Buenas
Let's have a
noches.
good weekend.
Hey,
Have
you as well, guys.
Bless you guys.
Oh, man.
a good chat.